The floodlights snapped on at 2 a.m., catching Pamela Holt in zebra-striped pajamas, her miner's headlamp bobbing as she sprayed a neon green X on my oak fence. Muttering HOA bylaws like a spell to claim my land in our quiet Oregon suburb, I stood at my window, jaw tight, watching our new HOA president skulk through my yard like a wannabe vandal. Not knowing my trail cam was rolling every second, or that I owned the only road to her house, a fact that had turned her power trip into a dusty detour. That night in Willow Creek Estates, Pamela's war on my fence sparked a fight that'd expose her lies, free a neighborhood, and leave her begging for access I'd never grant. Showing how one bully's obsession can pave the way for justice or a private gate with your name on it. My name's Luke Harper, a 38-year-old graphic designer living on a 6-acre lot at 12 Cedar Way with my partner, Jenna Walsh, a sharp-tongued paralegal who keeps me grounded. We bought this place 3 years ago. Drawn to its rolling hills, old oak fence, and freedom from city rules, a slice of peace where we could grow tomatoes and dream of a greenhouse, our fence standing tall since the 90s. Legal as the deed in my safe. I'm not one for drama. Give me a sketch pad and coffee, and I'm happy. But Pamela, who moved into the cul-de-sac last spring, had other plans. Turning our laid-back neighborhood into her personal fiefdom with fines for wrong shrubs or porch lights. Her fight with my fence wasn't about rules. It was about control. And when she crossed my line, I flipped the script, using a road she never knew was mine to shut her down. It all started 3 days earlier, a sunny Saturday, me on the patio tweaking a logo. Jenna reading about heirloom carrots when a yellow notice slapped on our mailbox caught my eye, taped like it was holding a bomb. Violation. Unapproved fence obstructing community trail, remove within 72 hours, it read, signed by Pamela Holt, acting HOA president, citing a Rule 5.2c. That didn't exist in the bylaws we checked when we moved in. I scanned the back of our lot, just trees and a dry ditch, no trail, never was, and laughed, thinking it was a typo. Next morning, Pamela strutted over, sunnet flopping, waving a folder like a warrant. This fence blocks our greenway. Tear it down by Wednesday or face contractors, she barked, her voice sharp as her lipstick. I kept cool. Pamela, there's no trail back there, just a drainage ditch. Show me the complaints. She sniffed, they're confidential, flashing a fake map of a historic path through my yard. A fantasy from a scrapped 2005 plan. Jenna, leaning on the porch, asked, know what an easement is, Pamela? Her glare could have curdled milk. I know enough. I'm president now, she snapped. Storming off, claiming board support she didn't have since the last president quit without notice. The notices kept coming, fines for obstructing harmony, vague as fog, piling up like junk mail. I emailed our county surveyor, who chuckled, your fence is clear, been legal for decades. But Pamela wasn't playing by facts. She wanted my fence gone, and I started filming her rants. Syncing trail cam footage to the cloud, sensing she'd go further. That 2 a.m. stunt proved it. Her spray paint, X, her tape measure, her bylaws chant, all caught crystal clear. I emailed the clip to the HOA's address, likely her inbox, and got a reply. Sharing this violates decorum, cease or face penalties. I fired back, try me, and filed a county complaint. While Jenna drafted a cease and desist for vandalism and harassment, Pamela hit the HOA's Facebook page, whining I'd stolen a kid's trail, posting a park photo miles away. But neighbors laughed. Her 3 likes drowned by 50 eye-roll emojis. Then a contractor knocked, work order in hand to remove non-compliant fence, signed by Pamela, HOA President Pro Tem. I showed him my deed, survey, and pending restraining order, grinning, touch a post, and your boss is in court. He bolted, but Pamela returned, hands on hips, last chance, Luke. I stepped close, 1 foot on my lawn. And the sheriff's here. Your move. Her folder slipped, revealing a blueprint. Community Path Phase 1, slicing through my garden. That's when it hit me. She wasn't just after my fence. She wanted my land, and I had the ace she didn't see. The road to her house, Harper's Lane, was mine. I barely slept, replaying Pamela's trespass, her paint can, her smugness, Jenna joking. HOA means harass our acres, but both of us too wired to laugh. I drove to the county records office, pulling every plat, deed, and easement tied to her lot. my folder bulging like a detective's case file. Back home, I spread it on the kitchen table, spotting gold. Harper's Lane, the cul-de-sac's only paved access, ran through a strip I owned. An easement expired in 2012, never renewed, making it my private drive, not public. Jenna's eyes lit up. So, we could gate it? I nodded. Not yet. Let's bury her first. Jenna dug into legal databases, finding Pamela's permit for a wellness trail, with a forged signature claiming my approval, unfiled with the county, pure fraud. We reported it to zoning. The clerk muttering, "This HO is a repeat offender," hinting Pamela's done this before. I drafted a plan. Not to block the road outright. That'd make me the bad guy, but to regrade it as a gated agricultural access for a future orchard, legal, slow, and sharp enough to sting Pamela's pride. I hired a contractor I'd used for our well, paying up front for a raised, gated path with permits tied to our farm plans, every step airtight. Work started days later. A greater rumbling as Pamela flew out her door, yelling at the crew, "You can't block my road." They pointed to me, and I waved, "It's private, upgrading for my trees." She stomped over, stopping short of my line. "This is revenge." I shrugged. "It's my land. Pamela should have checked the deed before forging permits." Her face twisted, but she backed off, knowing one wrong move meant jail. Over a week, the crew transformed Harper's Lane. New gravel, conduit boxes for irrigation, a steel gate with a keypad, a sign reading Harper's Lane. Private agricultural access. Jenna picked the name. Smirking, she wanted a path, now she's got ours. Pamela called the sheriff, but Deputy Malone, a buddy from high school, checked my permits and deed, grinning, "All legal, Pamela, file with the county if you want a public road." She shrieked, "That's thousands." Malone shrugged, "Don't build trails on private land then." Pamela's SUV now took a 15-minute detour on a rutted service trail, kicking up dust, her tires struggling as we sipped coffee, watching from our porch like it was a sitcom. Pamela didn't quit. She sued, hiring a slick lawyer, Greg Tatum, whose billboards promised bully-busting wins, claiming I'd obstructed community infrastructure and caused her distress, with a photoshopped fence pic alleging encroachment. Jenna laughed, spotting 6 errors in their filing, and countersued for harassment, defamation, and trespass, our evidence stacked thick. Trail cam clips, fake permits, forged signatures. We drew Judge Clara Vance, a retired cop who ate nonsense for breakfast. In court, Greg's soap opera speech, Pamela as a community saint bullied by me, flopped when Vance snapped, "Save the drama, counselor, show me law." Jenna laid it out, expired easements, legal road ownership. Pamela's vandalism video, neighbor affidavits calling her a tyrant. Vance's eyes narrowed at the spray paint clip. "Trespassing with intent, Miss Holt." Pamela stammered. "I was protecting the community," but Vance wasn't buying, dismissing her case, ordering her to pay our fees, and warning of criminal charges if she tried again. Pamela's lawyer slunk out, her swagger gone. The courtroom went a clean shot to her reign. Back home, the HOA imploded. Board member Carl Evans, who'd stayed quiet, called, saying Pamela's $4,000 in unapproved spending on her lawyer and fake trail plans sparked an audit. At an emergency meeting, the clubhouse packed, Carl read Pamela's resignation, citing personal healing. Met with cheers. Neighbors aired grievances, fines for flags, grills, even a kid's sandbox, revealing Pamela's fear-based rule. The board froze funds, banned her from roles, and slashed bylaws. Sparking a shift, folks planted wildflowers, ignored mailbox rules, and felt free. I turned down a board seat, but Jenna consults, ensuring votes stay open. Harper's Lane glowed with solar lanterns. Saplings sprouting, a bench engraved, "Freedom stands here." A hiking club used it for walks, curving away from Pamela's old lot, now for sale. Its listing scrubbed of easy access, after I called the agent, forcing a detour note that tanked its value. Pamela's last gasp came at midnight, bolt cutters in hand. Caught by my gate's floodlights, Jenna's voice booming, "Trespasser sheriff notified." She fled, my cameras nabbing it all. I posted the clip online, Pamela's final act. Earning laughs and ending her cred. She moved out weeks later, her truck rattling down the detour. No goodbye, just dust. We hosted a picnic on Harper's Lane, kids running, neighbors grilling. Classic rock humming, The gate opened for all but Pamela's ghost. Jenna leaned into me, started with a fence, ended with a road. I nodded, feeling the quiet, not just peace. But the kind you earn when you stand firm, your land yours, your neighbors free. But last month, a flyer hit my mailbox and signed, pushing stricter community standards, echoing Pamela's tone. I started WillowCreekTruth.com, our story at 90,000 views, with tales of HOA fines for kids' chalk or garden gnomes. Pamela's gone, but her kind lingers. What happens when the next bully comes? Not with paint, but smoother lies? How do you keep your fence up when control creeps back? Drop a comment. Have you fought an HOA tyrant, stood for your land, or seen a town rise? What's your story? And how do we keep our roads free? Let's hold this gate, because out here, peace is only as strong as the line you draw. Ton Ben.